Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Mandy, the Handmade Homeschooler. Today I'm going to go over several of the ways that I save money in a one-income homeschool household. So these are some of the things that I do, some of the tools that I use to help facilitate our homeschool and the running of our household that has proven to be profitable for us in the end. Some of these may be surprising too, because sometimes you have to spend a little money to save a lot of money. It seems counterintuitive sometimes, but I promise you some of these actually do work depending on how your household runs. I know they worked for my family. And for a little background too, I am a military wife. I have been a military wife for almost 18 years now. And if military wives are good at anything, it's learning where to save money. And it's just one of those things that you learned how to do out of sheer necessity. So, we've been mainly a one-income household for a long time, for most of our marriage. Now, I used to run several side businesses. I no longer do any of those. We're running solely off of my husband's income and the very little that I make here on YouTube. And I don't pay any bills or anything with the money that I make from YouTube. Basically, I take all of that money and I just put it away for a college fund for my kids. That's all I do with it. I don't pay any bills with it. So it's not really counted in my mind as income, even though the government would count it as income. We're not using it in that manner. So even if I lost this channel today, it wouldn't affect us financially, if that makes sense. Okay, so here's some of the homeschooly things that I do to save us some cash. First one I want to go over is Kindle Unlimited. If there's one thing that I buy a lot of in this house, it is books. And I imagine that for many of you, it's probably the same. We spend money on textbooks, we spend money on accompanying books, we spend money on so many different types of books, just like leisure type of books. Kindle Unlimited, if you don't have a Kindle, they're fairly cheap to buy, especially when they have a sale going on. Watch for the sales, watch for the Amazon Prime Day stuff, watch for Christmas, watch for, I think they have a sale in summer, but don't quote me on that. And of course, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. You can get a steal on these things. My husband got me a brand new Kindle. These things last forever as well. The Kindle that I had before this, I had had for over 10 years and it was still going. Now, the technology was starting to slow a bit and that's why my husband went and got me a brand new one, but I think we barely spent $100 and I got my youngest child one and he got me one. Kindle Unlimited. Now, if you don't know what a Kindle is, it's just an e-reader where you can download books, and a lot of times Kindle books are cheaper than the actual paperback, which serves two purposes. One, it saves me money, and two, it saves me bookshelf space because I am running out of space. I have so many bookshelves in this house and they're all filled. Like, there's books just piled in corners at this point. It's really embarrassing. But I don't have the heart to get rid of about 90% of my collection, so don't judge me. So Kindle Unlimited is a service. It's an add-on service to your Kindle e-reader where it's almost like a library. You pay a fee. I want to say it's either $9.99 or $13.99. Don't quote me. I don't know for certain right off the top of my head. You pay a fee, which is about the equivalent of what one book would be a month. And you get a huge catalog of books that you can download to your e-reader for free at any time. I have downloaded and consumed so many books over the last 2 or 3 months using my Kindle Unlimited subscription. And I just signed up for it. I cannot believe I wasn't doing this before. Like, I felt like it was like a duh, Mandy type of moment there. But yeah. I have saved tons of cash. I've probably saved several $100s over the last 2 months with a KU subscription. Now, the cool thing is my son has a Kindle, right? But there's a child mode on it. So I control his Kindle. And here's the thing, here's the cool thing. Because his Kindle is under my subscription, I can get him Kindle Unlimited books and send them straight to his Kindle from my computer when I purchase the book, when I download the book. I can send it straight to his Kindle, either from my Kindle or from my computer from my Amazon account. It's super, super easy. And he has consumed dozens of books. He's a fast reader like I am. He loves it. It makes life a lot easier, and I'm saving a ton of cash. So the next one seems pretty obvious, but meal planning. Now, I have done meal planning since my husband and I were married, and it was just one of those things out of sheer necessity of being a Marine Corps wife I was married to a brand new Lance Corporal. We were not making that much money, and this was in the very early 2000s, so we're talking like, I had like an $80 a week budget going. So just know when I say I know how to pinch pennies, I know how to pinch pennies. Now, my grocery bill looks vastly different now than that, especially because I'm feeding the equivalent of 3 adult males in my house. So yeah, my budget is much larger now these days. But meal planning for me has been a huge, huge money saver, because if I know what we're gonna have, I don't have to order out, I don't have to grab a pizza, I don't have to do any of those things. That's gonna cost me vastly more money than it would be if I just had planned better and had those things in my cabinet. We don't eat out a lot. And see, as a homeschool family, we're eating all of our meals at home, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We don't go out to eat that often. It's not something that my family does. I know a lot of families do. It's something that they like to do together. For us, it's very expensive, especially like post 2020. The prices for us to go out to eat, we're looking at $100. Just going to McDonald's costs us almost $50. That's nuts. And then you're talking about a sit-down restaurant, it's easy $100 every time. So we reserve those for either date night for my husband and I, which is a priority, or it's like a special occasion type of thing, it's somebody's birthday or something like that. Meal planning is definitely a big thing in my house. And to go hand in hand with that, I shop at our commissary, which is pretty comparable to something between Walmart and Aldi, depending on what it is. Commissary used to be a lot cheaper. They've had to raise their prices just like everybody else. So now I want to say it's kind of just like shopping at Walmart, but I just like the peace of shopping at our military commissary. And I will say too, the other thing that I do that saves me a lot of money on my grocery bill is I order online and do pickup. Because one of the things that I hated about shopping in store was that I could never see my total until I got up to the register, and sometimes I would have heart failure. So now what I do is I order it online so I can see the running total, and if it's too high, I take some things out of my cart. It saves me huge amounts of money every single time because I can see that total and I know what I'm paying for. The next thing is curriculum. I plan my curriculum buying times around sales. It seems like a super obvious thing to tell you, and sometimes new homeschool moms, they just don't know. The best time to buy curriculum is usually in November for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, or it's in the early summer, late spring time, depending on the brand. Every brand will have a sale at that time on their own schedule. So I suggest if you have a brand that you are really, really interested in, follow them, or if it's something like Generations, follow me and I will tell you when those sales are. You just have to sign up for my emails and you'll get them in your inbox, and then you have the alert to go. One of the best things to do is to shop around to get the best deal. Now, sometimes what I do, sometimes the newer homeschool brands like Generations, or the ones that are workbook heavy like Generations and Master Books, it can be a little bit more difficult to find those books used. But if it's something that's been around for a long time, like Abeka or Knotgrass or BJU, a lot of times what I do is I shop used. There's several ways you can do this. There's places like Rainbow Resource. I have a local homeschool store that I go to that has saved me tons of money over the years. where I can exchange used curriculum and I can get new curriculum and those type of things. Those are little rare gems, but if you don't have a place like that, there are online places that you can go where you can order homeschool curriculum used. So look into getting used ones. eBay is another one. I actually sell my own homeschool curriculum on eBay because I get a higher return. So at the end of every single year, especially if I bought it new, I will go on eBay and I will sell it to the highest bidder, and I will usually get a decent return off of that. And then with the money that you get from selling your curriculum, turn around and buy new curriculum. Also with curriculum, Compass Classroom membership. This is saving me a ton of cash. I cannot tell you how much cash I have saved with this membership. Now, again, it's paying a little bit of money to save a lot of money, but it works. A lot of these classes, if you buy them individually, can be quite pricey, but especially because I have kids who are older, you know, especially in the high school level, Compass Classroom membership has been huge in my house. I think my oldest is on his 4th class, and we've paid significantly lower with a membership than we would have if we would have bought the classes individually. Now, I don't work for Compass Classroom, but I am one of their partners, so I get to use their classes. My kids love their classes. They have taken everything from Latin to their to Word Up to, oh my goodness, their English classes. They have grammar classes. They have music classes. They have an entire library catalog of courses, and they always add new ones. One of the things that I love about this is my kids, as soon as they finish one class, they can go do another. And these are all high school credit courses that are going to go right onto my high schooler's transcript. So this is super easy. I mean, it's just streamlined, and I don't have to do anything. These are all online courses. They are Christian courses. I can trust the instructors, and I have really found that I love listening in on some of these courses, like Philosophy by R.C. Sproul. Absolutely love that one. My oldest one has been in that class all year. He absolutely loves it. He's always talking about his philosophy course, and by the time he's done, he will probably have between 5 and 10 Compass Classroom courses over the next 2 years under his belt for his high school transcript, and it will save my family so much money in the long haul. Highly recommend them. I will leave the link down below where you can go check out that membership, and I think I even have a coupon for Compass Classroom too, so check that out as well. Now, if you want to try out their membership, I have a link down below where you can do a free trial of it and go play around in all of the courses. That's how I knew I was gonna love it, because I did that free trial, and I'm still like on the high of that. I absolutely love it. Go try out that free trial. It's totally risk-free. Highly recommend it. My kids love their courses. I highly recommend their Latin courses. They have 2 levels of Latin, Latin 1 and Latin 2. My youngest is 13 years old. He is just finishing up Latin 1. He absolutely loves Latin. He has done so well, and the course is so funny. He loves Mr. Dave. Highly recommend Latin. It's so much better than doing like Duolingo or something that's free on there. This is so much better. It's like such a cut above something like that. I would even do this over Rosetta Stone, hands down. Okay, so tell me down below in the comments, what do you do to save cash in your homeschool, in your household? How do you save a little bit of money? Let me know what your tips are. I would love to steal some of them. I mean, who doesn't want to save a buck or two? So let me know down below in the comments, and I will see you next time. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and happy homeschooling.